yet.
No, look, I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with Spence. He did like almost look it very easy.
But I'm gonna go with Canelo because he didn't hold Turkey's hand.
It's two things that you can do with somebody bigger and stronger. You know, you can either try to push them back, you know, because 9 times out of 10, a strong fighter not used to going back.
Boxing fans hold on tight because Canelo Alvarez has just broken his silence on Terence Crawford, and what he said has everyone buzzing. Instead of trash talk, Canelo showed respect for Crawford's knockout power and admitted that his win over Errol Spence was nothing short of dominant. At the same time, Canelo didn't shy away from questioning Crawford's resume, pointing out that outside of Spence, there aren't many elite names on his record. But then came the promise. Canelo told fans they'll get their answers when the two finally meet in the ring. That tease alone has left the boxing world desperate to see what happens next.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is. But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with Spence. He did like almost look it very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you never know in boxing. We'll see.
Canelo then dropped a hint that caught everyone's attention. He claims he already has Crawford's style figured out. With full confidence, he suggested he knows how to dismantle Crawford's techniques. And with a grin, Canelo teased that Turkey Alalshik, who will be in Crawford's corner, won't enjoy what's coming. That playful jab instantly made the fight feel even more personal.
What are you going to be able to do about it come fight night?
I know Turkey's in your corner, but look, it's going to be very difficult. He's going to be so mad that day. Believe me.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
In preparation, Canelo made a brilliant move. He brought in Jaron Boots Ennis as his sparring partner. Boxing analyst Johnny Ortiz explained why this was genius. Ennis mirrors Crawford's body type and style, making him the perfect stand-in. This allows Canelo to study Crawford's rhythm, timing, and movement in real time while sharpening his own defense. At the same time, Ennis benefits by gaining priceless experience working with a champion like Canelo. Ortiz called it rare, both fighters improving together, which makes this decision one of Canelo's smartest yet.
Makes sense. It's definitely good experience for both. Eddie Reynoso and Canelo, shout out to them because now it shows that they serious with a real game plan and boosted to me. Everybody's a perfect opponent, perfect sparring partner to have to replicate Crawford because they both switch hitters and stuff like that, and they got dog in them and reflexes for sure. So it shows Canelo serious, and on Boots end, to be able to spar a Hall of Famer, top tier guy, it gave him great experience, and you can tell he really wants it. It's a sport where Boots is getting an opportunity to spar a Hall of Famer. Who cares? In reality, what the fuck loyalty does Boots owe to Crawford when it comes to the sport of boxing? I mean, Crawford didn't do shit even back while Boots was trying to get his opportunity when it was Spencer Crawford. Every time Boots' name got mentioned, you heard the blood clowns be like, oh yeah, he don't deserve it. Oh, who did he fight? Oh, who this and that, man? I ain't trying to hear that shit. It's like different shit that you need to be woke up outside of boxing. Boxing is a sport. There's shit that we need to really come together. I didn't see y'all come together like 5 years. The Bud Clowns, because it's real fans, the Bud Clowns is bashing PBC. Everything's Boots. when you bring up Bruce's name, putting him down, I didn't hear like, oh yeah, instead of fighting Canelo or fighting this person, he should fight Bruce.
Jose Benavidez added to the discussion by stressing how valuable Enis is in camp. According to him, Enis matches Crawford's physique, mobility, and fight style so closely that it mentally prepares Canelo for the real thing. Benavidez also highlighted Crawford's smaller size, believing it will play a big role when the two collide. For him, training with a strong, stylistically similar partner not only builds Canelo's confidence, but also gives him a sense that the advantage is already his before fight night even begins.
Give Canelo maybe a little bit more confidence that he is sparring somebody really good, and it's a really good fighter, and I think that would be a good motivation, you know, for Canelo Alvarez. I just think that Crawford is too small for Canelo. I think Canelo's too big for Crawford, but in my opinion, I think if Crawford could maybe just tap, hook, get out, maybe once in a while throw a straight punch and just win by points and use his legs, I think I see him winning by decision. But if he tries to exchange with Canelo Alvarez, I think he's gonna make a mistake and he's gonna get hit with one shot and maybe he can get hurt and that would change the whole fight, you know. But I think he's faster. Crawford is faster and a straight punch, get out, you know. Don't stay there to throw or try to trade with Canelo Alvarez.
Okay, fair to say. Fair to say. Now, do you feel like when it comes down to the demeanor of making that decision of bringing it in, does it show that he's taking this camp perhaps a little bit more serious than others? I mean, what do you think about just the move per se?
You know, it's very difficult to say. He's never brought anybody really good to his camp until this time. Maybe he's lacking enough confidence, or maybe he just wants to use them to trick the people, or, I mean, it's very awkward and very funny that he brought Enis to his camp, you know. So, but at the end of the day, they know what they're doing, you know, and we gotta respect that. And I think,
like Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, which was obviously on Netflix as well. The biggest concurrent view was, I think, 65 million. So at one stage of a time, 65 million people were watching that fight, which is crazy, hence why it broke Netflix servers. I do wonder what this does. I think it does around 10 to 15, which is still an incredible number. The problem with these two, and I was saying this morning actually to Gareth A. Davis, like, there's no antagonizer here, is there? No one is willing to play the role of the bad guy, the heel, the bully. And you almost need that a little bit. Jake Paul was actually quite smart in the way in which he promoted the Tyson fight. Obviously, look, it's Mike Tyson. But it was promoted so well where Jake was willing to be the guy that, I'm going to fuck up the greatest fighter of all time. You know, he was willing to kind of say all those things and play that role. So people almost tuned in to see him get chinned as well. Neither of these guys are playing that role. Neither of these guys, I don't think, have crossed over massively to non-boxing fans. I mean, to us, they're like gods, but to non-boxing fans, I do wonder how much people know them.
The boxing landscape has changed forever. Streaming platforms are now breaking records, and the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson showdown on Netflix proved it, drawing a jaw-dropping 65 million viewers. That number shattered expectations and showed the true appetite for combat sports worldwide. Now the hype around Canelo versus Crawford is even bigger, with many predicting it could surpass that record. This fight isn't just about belts or bragging rights, it's about making history on a global stage. Fans across continents are waiting to see if this clash can top even Jake versus Mike.
It's two things that you can do with somebody bigger and stronger. You know, you can either try to push them back, you know, because 9 times out of 10, a strong fighter not used to going back, you know, so it kind of fucks them up in the head, you know.
Yeah.
Or you can just box them because some of them just slower than others because they got flat feet, and they just looking to load up on certain shots.
Now, Crawford's definitely right here. There's two ways to beat a pressure fighter like Canelo. Either you put the pressure back on him, which is where guys like Triple G and Bivol had success, or you use your superior skills and footwork on the outside, which is how Floyd Mayweather won. Now Crawford, he can't use the pressure approach because he's not as physically dominant as guys like Golovkin or Bivol. You know, Bud is a welterweight or junior middleweight jumping up. He doesn't have the size to push Canelo back. Now the outside boxing approach, that is definitely Crawford's best chance against Canelo.
Terence Crawford, known for never backing down, has built his training camp with precision. He acknowledges the challenges of facing a naturally bigger opponent like Canelo, but insists there are solutions. His first strategy? Force Canelo backward. Bigger fighters often dominate moving forward, but pushing them back disrupts their comfort zone and changes the pace of the fight.
Canelo does struggle to cut off the ring at times. We saw that in the slow fight. And he does load up on single shots now. But at the same time, Crawford is not the same pure boxer that Floyd Mayweather was. You know, Mayweather rarely got hit in that shell. His form of countering, you know, a pull counter, for example, was, I'm not going to get touched and then I'll make you pay. Whereas Crawford's style of counterpunching is different. Bud will take one to throw 2 or 3 back, and he can't do that against Canelo because of the size and power difference. If Bud takes a clean right hand to throw back an uppercut or a hook, he's either going to get dropped or he's going to end up on his bike like Jermell Charlo. So while I do agree Crawford does have the superior skill set in this fight, but because he doesn't have the size to push Canelo back, or the defense of someone like Mayweather stay perfect for 12 rounds on the outside, I do think Canelo's size and power will make the difference in this fight, and that's why I like Canelo to win.
The second part of Crawford's strategy is just as smart. Drain Canelo's stamina and take advantage of the flat-footedness that bigger fighters often display. Crawford's boxing IQ shines here. He knows toughness alone won't be enough. Instead, he's building his plan around turning weaknesses into weapons, sharpening his conditioning, and fine-tuning tactical precision to prepare for the biggest test of his career.
I call Canelo out because, like I said, he the last great fighter amongst the era that surpassed us. You know, the Floyd, the Pacquiao, the De La Hoya. We both came up in that era, and he was right there with those fighters, and he got the chance to fight the Miguel Cottos, the Floyd Mayweathers, and you know, the Kovalevs and Triple Gs, and I wasn't able to get those mega fights, you know, so this is my mega fight, this is my moment, and that's the reason why I want to fight an all-time great like Canelo.
Despite the heated build-up, Crawford has also shown admiration for Canelo's legacy. He openly respects Canelo as one of the last true representatives of boxing's golden era. Canelo shared the ring with legends, something Crawford recognizes as rare in today's sport. For him, fighting Canelo isn't just about titles. It's about measuring himself against a man who has carried the torch of greatness. This perspective adds depth to the narrative and shows Crawford's respect for history.
Canelo Alvarez. Terence is not going to see anything that he hasn't seen before. No, he hasn't seen this beast on fight night, but he's seen versions of this beast for a very, very, very long time. People have said that he's a blown-up 147-pound fighter. If you remember, he said it was hard for him to make 147 when he fought Errol Spence Jr. I'm saying, how is that possible? I didn't realize like he was really doing everything that's needed to gain the weight properly. Most fighters don't know how to gain weight and fit into a weight class properly. He's done that.
But not everyone sees Canelo as the clear favorite. Sean Porter argued that Canelo doesn't bring anything Crawford hasn't seen before. In his view, Crawford has already fought fast fighters, power punchers, slick counterpunchers, and even larger opponents. That adaptability, Porter says, is what makes Crawford special. His comments provide balance to the debate, reminding fans that Crawford's versatility may be enough to neutralize Canelo's size and power.
And Canelo only needs one punch. You know what I mean? That really, basically, that's what it boils down to. I think Canelo only needs one shot to change the game or change the fight. Crawford gonna have to stay consistent and win out. He's gonna have to get ahead and stay ahead. You know what I mean? And then also looming is the controversy. Can Crawford win a close decision? I could never win a close decision. I never won a close decision. That's what's looming. I think if Crawford is gonna guarantee victory, he gotta stop him.
A man who ain't been stopped.
He gotta stop him, bro.
Yes, challenge.
So that's gonna be the challenge. So I like Bud. I've always loved Bud, bro. But he in for a hell of a fight. If Saul show up, boy, Saul show up, it's gonna be a problem, you know?
Antonio Tarver, however, painted a different picture. He warned that while Crawford may be the more active and technically sharp fighter, Canelo's power is the ultimate equalizer. One clean punch could end everything. Tarver, a veteran of the sport, reminded fans that Crawford must fight perfectly every second of every round. And then there's the looming question: can Crawford win a close decision against a superstar like Canelo? Tarver suggested that to guarantee victory, Crawford may have to do the impossible: stop a man who has never been stopped.
I would think it would be because he's ambidextrous, as is Crawford, so it can do nothing but help him. And he has Hernandez also helping, another fighter who is ambidextrous, so it helps. And we just want to see him do what he has to do, because this is a great fight.
Who were you initially taking? Is it Crawford, or who were you initially
No, I think I'm always under the direction of the bigger, better man. And Canelo's the bigger guy in this fight. And Crawford is my guy. It's just 2 weight classes and everything else. It's going to be tough. But if anybody can bring some energy to this, it'll be Crawford.
Does Canelo bringing Boots into camp, does that lower Crawford's chances to you?
Well, it doesn't help. I'll tell you that much. It's a very, very astute move to bring someone who switches from lefty to righty. Big, strong young man, very fast, capable punching power. It's going to be a help. It'll be a help.
Andre Rozier emphasized how serious Canelo's preparation really is. By bringing in Bootsenis, who can switch stances like Crawford, Canelo is proving he's leaving no stone unturned. For Rozier, this is why Canelo has remained at the top: his willingness to adapt, prepare, and test himself in camp. Fans can feel confident that both fighters are preparing at the highest level, ensuring this will be a clash where neither man leaves anything to chance.
I'm going with the Mexican power. I think, I know Terence is tough, you know. He's an incredible fighter, but I'm going to go with Canelo because he didn't hold Turkey's hand.
Mike Perry also weighed in, admitting he respects Crawford's skills but ultimately siding with Canelo. He called it Mexican power, highlighting the cultural pride Canelo carries into the ring. Perry even added some humor, referencing Crawford's playful exchange with Turkey Yulai, showing how even the lighter moments in the build-up have added personality to the narrative.
Boots Ennis don't talk about nobody. He stayed on himself. He stayed in Philly. Yeah, we as supporters and them people as fans, I'm nobody's fan, feel that he may have ducked Virgil Ortiz or Virgil Ortiz ducked him. But hey, man, Jerron Boots Ennis don't even give off that type of energy to be out there and to be out there wilding. The man trying to fight Canelo. What's wrong with him getting work with Canelo, bro? That's priceless work. That is sparring. Terence Bud Crawford, the man got Andre Ward. Terence Bud Crawford, the man got Shakur Stevenson. Terence Bud Crawford, the man got Lester Martinez. The man got mad people up there in camp, bro. Mad people in camp. Let that man Canelo get his sparring partners. Y'all gotta be up over there scared. Y'all gotta be up over there musty. To culture by wearing a Gucci belt. He sold out to culture by wearing a Louis Vuitton belt. We got to stop. We got to stop. Niggas pick and choose when they want to be Malcolm X. Niggas pick and choose when they want to be Huey P. Newton. Niggas be straight up there, up in the white club, looking for the girl with no rhythm. Yeah, her right there. She don't damn good enough. I think I get stopped, bro. Y'all got to stop, bro.
Still, some analysts argue that sparring with Ennis doesn't fully prepare Canelo for Crawford. They believe Crawford's uniqueness simply can't be replicated. While Canelo sharpens himself against a similar style, Crawford is training with some of the sport's best minds: Andre Ward, Shakur Stevenson, and others, who bring elite insights and strategies. For these analysts, Crawford's camp may even hold the edge, since it's built on versatility rather than imitation. That's what makes this matchup so fascinating. It's not just a fight. It's a collision of ideas, strategies, and preparation styles. And that's it for today's breakdown of Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. This isn't just another fight. It's shaping up to be one of the most important showdowns of our generation. So, who do you think has the edge? Drop your predictions in the comments, hit that subscribe button, and stay locked in, because this story is only getting bigger from here.